This is the Halveon LCD Single-Use Data Logger Software Operational Instructions tutorial. Insert the data logger into the USB port of your PC computer. Open the SU V3.14 software version and click on Device Status. The software will automatically check the hardware and device connection status. If both are green, it means that the logger is in a normal status and ready for configuration. Click on the Read tab on the lower right corner of the screen so you can initiate the manual configuration of the parameter settings for the device. The parameter settings include the SN serial number will be read automatically by the software. Set temperature type, Celsius or Fahrenheit. Start type is fixed at manual. Start model is fixed at delay, which means, for example, if you set a start delay for 10 minutes, then the logger will only begin recording 10 minutes after the logger has been started. Time zone. Here you can select your desired time zone. Log interval. Here you can set your log interval. The data logger will record and log at the specific time interval you set. This goes directly in accordance with the memory capacity of the data logger. If you select 160 days, it exceeds the maximum recording capacity, which would make the data logger appear in red and will not allow this specific log cycle to be set. Password for the PDF report. It's an 8-digit password such as 123456778. Alarm set. If you need to set an alarm, then click the checkbox and select single or cumulation. For example, we could set the alarm type as single, then we choose between the low or the high value. Then we input the value. In this case, the high value is at 8 degrees Celsius, and then we set the delay at 0. We then set a second alarm. We choose again single, then we select the low value at 2 degrees Celsius, and again we choose 0 delay. This example shows us that an alarm is triggered without any delay if the temperature exceeds or goes below the 2 to 8 degrees Celsius range. If instead we set the alarm type as cumulation, we set 2 alarms with the same temperature range, and this time we set the delay at 10 minutes. It would mean that if the temperature exceeds or falls below the set range for an accumulative amount of time, in this case 10 minutes, meaning the temperature went out of range for 3 minutes, and then again for 5 minutes, and then again for 2 minutes, totaling 10 minutes, then the alarm is triggered. This is the cumulation alarm type with an alarm delay at 10 minutes. The information section allows you to input additional and identifiable information. In this space, you have a maximum of 100 characters available. After inputting your customizations, then press Submit at the bottom right, and a notification will pop up stating Configuration Successful. Now you can remove the logger from your PC port of the computer, and you will see an icon with a smiley face on the LCD logger display, which means that the configuration is complete and the logger is ready for recording. Other functions. Forbid manual stop. If you click this function, it doesn't allow for the logger to be stopped while it's in the recording process. The logger cannot be deactivated by pressing the Start/Stop button. Instead, the logger can only be stopped by inserting the logger into a USB PC computer port. Auto configuration. This function is for a batch configuration of loggers. Our production team happily batch configures your loggers during production, but if it's necessary to do a manual batch configuration, then here are the steps to follow. Open the software. Select your desired parameters, then click Auto Config checkbox. Insert the logger into the USB PC computer port, and the logger will automatically configure one by one without the need to click the Submit button. When you insert the first logger, the software notification pop-up box will state that the automatic configuration has been enabled. Restart. The restart function has been disactivated and not an option for this software version. Now click the No Remind button and then click Yes and then Yes again. The parameters will automatically be configured into the logger. You will see on the bottom left corner a notice stating Config Successful. At this point, you can directly unplug the logger without the need to click the Submit button. Then insert logger number 2 and repeat the same steps to automatically configure the parameters into each following logger. We'd like to thank you for choosing Halveon for your temperature monitoring needs.